Hey friends, thanks for tuning in today. I feel like my mind is always changing because I'm always learning about God, and He never changes, but I always do because every time I open the Bible, something new comes out at me, or I have read this verse 100 times and it's the living Word of God, and so it speaks to me differently because of whatever experience I'm going through right now. And when I was asked about this question, the first verse that came to mind was in Luke. It's Luke 2:19. But Mary treasured up all of these things and pondered them in her heart. And with coronavirus and all of the craziness that's been happening, that verse has come to my mind. And it's a small verse, but I dwell on those words. I want to know what they mean. I feel like I yearn to know exactly what this verse meant to Mary and what it is. I want to dissect the verse and pick it apart because it's calming. I'm curious about it. I'm like overcome by the words there. So I just wanted to go through it with you guys. It says Mary treasured up all of these things. You can think about Mary gathering up precious pearls and kind of scooping them all up in her little hands. And then it says she pondered them in her heart. And so the first thing you think is that these things can't be material things. They can't be things you can take a picture of in portrait mode. They have to be feelings, relationships. It's got to be something far greater than something that we can touch. And I have to think that even Luke couldn't come up with the word to use for what he's talking about here, what actually Mary treasured up, because he says things, and I know it was not actually in English, but we can't even find the words. We can't explain what the things are that we treasure, but we all know it and we all feel it in our hearts. It's the things that make us feel alive. And in the busy social media world today, we I feel like are bombarded, and sometimes we don't stop and ponder the things that actually make us human beings, and relationship-driven humans. It says that Mary pondered all these things in her heart. And I feel like most of the time we are not pondering inside of our heart. I'm very guilty of this. We are pondering outside of our heart. And I feel like, especially on social media, we almost scream, or we hear screaming of opinions before they even may have formed their own opinions. They're just already screaming about it, and it's just an overshare of information. And this is not a knock on social media. Social media is a wonderful way to share fun, exciting news and things that you're doing, and connect with people and relatives and friends. So not knocking social media, but it is kind of a way that we can see very vividly how much people are screaming their opinions at us, and that we have to kind of pick a side. And this verse makes me stop every once in a while. I try to think, you know what, I'm going to ponder that, and I'm going to take a breath and think about what God says about that before I'm going to make an opinion of my own, because really our opinions aren't really the things that matter. It matters what it says in the Bible and what God has told us. I looked up the definition of ponder, and it is thinking about something carefully, especially before making a decision or reaching a conclusion. And that verse convicts me, because sometimes I have already made my judgment or my conclusion before the person that's talking has even finished their story. And I just love thinking of the things that are not of this world. And every day I try to ponder one thing, something that is just between me and God, something about my kids or Jer or a friend, something that is special only to me and that I get to ponder and that I get to share. And God's given me the heart to treasure that memory, that relationship, those things that you can't take a picture of. And the cool thing about it is that as you start to ponder more, your eyes are opened to see more things to ponder, and you just get more opportunity to treasure and to see all the things that God has given you that can't be posted about. So I appreciate y'all listening, and I hope that y'all have a wonderful week, and you're able to ponder some things and treasure some things in your heart, just like Mary did. Love you guys.